News Plus on Viewer Television. I am Faith Pius. The Senate has confirmed the 12 members of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria at its plenary in Abuja. The confirmation was sequel to the consideration of the report of its Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions, presented by the Chairman, Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, Lagos East. Those confirmed are Olayemi Cardoso, CBN Governor Chairman, and 4 Deputy Governors of CBN, Mohammed Abdullahi, Bala M. Bello, Usoro, and Philip Ikeazo as members. Other members are Lamido Yuguda and Jafia Lydia Shewu, Mutala Sambo Sagagi, Aloysius Uche Odu. The confirmation followed their nomination by President Bola Tinubu in a letter to the Senate on February 14, 2024. The President's request was referred to the Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions, on which screened the nominees. Our former Nigerian head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, has urged the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, authority of heads of state and government to lift sanctions on Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic. Gowon, a founding father of ECOWAS, made the appeal in an open letter to the heads of states and the ECOWAS member states in Abuja. Recall that the 3 countries slammed with sanctions by the sub-regional political economic bloc following military takeovers in their respective countries recently declared their decision to withdraw from the bloc. However, while addressing a press conference at the ECOWAS Commission's headquarters, Gowon expressed worry that the decision by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic to exit the ECOWAS threatens the unity of the bloc with far-reaching implications for ordinary citizens. The former head of state also urged the West African leaders, including leaders of the 3 countries planning to exit, to reunite for peace and stability in the region. Now, on school charges, the Federal Capital Territory Administration says that there's no increment of school fees in public boarding schools in the Federal Capital. The Mandate Secretary Education Secretariat, FCTA, Dr. Danlami Hayo, made the clarification in an interview with newsmen in Abuja. Recall that some parents had claimed that the FCT administration increased the fees for students in FCT public school boarding, public boarding schools. They claimed that the fee was increased from between 29,000 and 32,000 naira to 47,000 naira, a development they claimed had forced some parents to withdraw their children from boarding schools to day schools. The Mandate Secretary also denied the claim that some parents have withdrawn their children from public boarding schools in the FCT. The Benue House of Assembly has sacked Tavashima Abba, Gideon Hanangon, and Francis Zazan, the chairmen of caretaker committees for Boko, Ukum, Kastina, Ala local government areas of the state, respectively, over alleged financial misconduct and engaging in criminal activities. The sack of the chairman followed a request by the state governor, Hyacinth Alia, in his letter read at the plenary by the speaker, Hyacinth Daju. The governor asked the assembly to approve the sack of the 3 local government area caretaker committee chairmen over alleged financial misconduct. According to the correspondence, the caretaker chairmen were recommended for removal after the government appraised complaints of non-remittance of revenues accruing to their respective councils. The local government chairmen were also accused of other criminal activities. While endorsing the governor's request, members of the State House of Assembly asked the affected chairman to immediately hand over to their vice chairman pending the swearing-in of the newly appointed replacements. On insecurity, Nigerian police force has concluded its review of the issuance of tinted glass permits previously banned in June 2022. The ban was initiated due to the widespread concerns regarding the role of tinted glass in aiding heinous crimes such as kidnapping, armed robbery, the illegal transportation of firearms, and human trafficking. The development, the police said, is in a bid to enhance national security and curb criminal activities facilitated by the misuse of tinted glass. According to a statement issued by the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, with the proposed lifting of the ban, stringent measures are being implemented to prevent abuse and ensure strict compliance with guidelines governing the issuance and use of tinted glass permits. Adejobi said the ICT analysts and enforcement officers nationwide will undergo a comprehensive training scheduled for the 29th of February 2024 as a prequel to the reopening of tinted glass permit issuance. The national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, who was arrested by policemen from Zone 5 headquarters in Benin City, Edo State, on Wednesday evening, has been released from detention. Abure was released around 3 a.m. on Thursday morning. The AIG in charge of the zonal headquarters, Mr. Arungwa Nwanzole, had late Wednesday night disclosed that the LP national chairman, the Edo State chairman of the party, Kelly Obaloye, and 3 others were arrested for conspiracy, brutal assault, attempted murder, armed robbery, grievous harm, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. Speaking to some of his supporters and LP faithful who were at the Zone 5 police headquarters as at the time of his release, Abure stated that what he suffered wasn't different from what other freedom fighters suffer all over the world. He added that his release by the police was affected by pressure mounted on some of the policemen from some quarters, which he did not name. Abure revealed that assurances were given that the state party chairman, publicity secretary, and other LP members earlier arrested alongside with him would be released later on Thursday. And now we'll be going on a short break. More stories comes to you after the break. Do stay tuned.
Are you ready to unleash your creativity and step into the world of multimedia magic? Introducing the all-new Viewer Multimedia Academy, where your passion for television and cinematography and filmmaking comes to life. At Viewer Multimedia Academy, we don't just teach, we empower. Our experienced instructors will guide you through every aspect of the multimedia process, from TV news production, TV presentation, camera operation, video editing, sound design and audio engineering, script development, AI multimedia, voiceovers, and even music production. You ever wondered how the pros captured those breathtaking shots? You'll unravel the secrets of the lenses with our comprehensive camera training courses. Don't worry, if you're new to computers or editing softwares, our computer basics classes will ensure you're confident in using the latest technology for your creative pursuits. Great visuals are only half the story. At Viewer Multimedia Academy, you'll dive into the world of sound design and audio engineering to create immersive experiences, unlock your potential, master the art of storytelling, and ignite your passion for multimedia at the Viewer Multimedia Academy. Enroll today and turn your dreams into reality.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive 305, here for a business weekend. It's been an amazing stay. Conference hall and business facilities here are stylish and innovative. The Envoy Hotel is luxury, esoteric, opulence, for ultimate comfort.
us discerning travelers, we are more than just a place to stay. We are an icon of comfort, style, and thoughtful luxury. We are Envoy Hotel.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Plus. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says his administration would be reducing public servants' working days as part of plans to cushion the cost of living crisis in the country. On the rising cost of food, he added that his administration would open more markets where Lagosians can buy food items at discounted rates. He added that the 25% reduction on transport services will start this weekend for the state public transport system, BRT, train, ferry. The governor noted that his administration was also in discussions with various transport unions to reduce their fares. Sanwo-Olu also challenged the private sector to look into what they can do for the citizens by replicating their role during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Federal Capital Territory Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has admonished residents of FCT to heed early warnings to avert avoidable disasters during the rainy season. The acting director general of the agency, Mohammed Sabo, gave the admonition in a statement in Abuja. This followed the 2024 seasonal climate prediction unveiled by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, and the first rain experienced in FCT in the early hours of Thursday. Sabo specifically appealed to FCT residents to clear blocked drainage and clogged gutters to ensure free flow of water throughout the rainy season. He says disaster could occur during the onset of the rains due to violent storms associated with the season and called for caution. The FEMA boss assured residents that FEMA would continue to sensitize residents on what to do before, during, and after the rains. The Academic Staff Union of University, ASU, has appealed to the federal government to honor and implement the agreements the union entered with the government to forestall industrial action. ASU coordinator in charge of Kano Zone, Abdulkadri Muhammad, stated this in news conference at the end of a zonal meeting in Kano. Mohammed says the issues included renegotiation of the federal government ASU 2009 agreement reached when the exchange rate to the US dollar was 146 naira as against the current 1,900 naira. He disclosed that the exchange rate has eroded its salaries by 90%. The ASU zonal coordinator lamented that the federal government was adamant to sign the draft agreements reached with the union after the composition of new leadership of the negotiation committee. As the advocacy for the inclusion of persons with disability in the electoral process continues to gain momentum, stakeholders say the need for strengthening the institution and rule of law for this purpose must be brought to the fore. This was the key point of the discussion in a two-day sensitization program held in Kaduna State by TAF Africa and relevant stakeholders.
In Nigeria, we have over 30 million of them, in the country, which is a large population that we cannot do without. And now, in a way, if we don't consciously plan for them, to include them in electoral processes, how we select our leaders who governs at state and local government levels, in a way they will be kind of excluded. So this program, we hope to sensitize them today of their rights as provided for in the Electoral Act and also the National Disability Discrimination Prohibition Act, that they have the full right to participate actively in the electoral process, both to vote and to be voted for, so we will not get them, as being part of this process. We don't do this kind of engagement. So we plan with this engagement to sensitize them, to carry out ballot, to go out there, contest for position, and also get their vote, and also vote for anybody of their choice during the forthcoming local government election in the state.
while highlighting some of the challenges, which include exclusion, segregation, and poor integration. The group calls for proper inclusion policies as the institution inscribes.
Last year election, for those of us that even voted, it was not easy. And sometimes for those that are crippled, they find it easy to even access the voting box and other things, the queue, everything. They promised us, like we that are living with albinism, they said we will be attended to first. I went to vote in my polling unit, but I queued, I followed the queue. Like, before I could vote, it was almost around 2 p.m. that day, which that was not what was promised. So regarding that aspect, I would really like them to please fulfill their promise for us, to make it easy for us. And for those that would want to contest, there should be no discrimination also.
Precisely the discriminations of persons with disability in terms of electoral exercise, it is very high. Despite that, right now, some of the organizations and other agencies with the Organization of Persons Living with Disability are creating awareness and sensitizations for the people and the INEC to understand the value and the role of people with disability that they are going to play in terms of election.
One of the problems we do encounter as persons with disability, we have this issue of low esteem that deprive us from engaging particularly political parties and even electoral process. And by so doing, it will be very difficult for us to occupy our space. Then I also want to use this medium to call on electoral bodies to make sure that space are created for persons with disability, particularly the political parties. If you see from the conversation, some political parties have provision for persons with disability, while some doesn't even know the issue, talk less of even creating a program or space for them to occupy within the political party.
We heard the definition of social inclusion. Three keywords: participation, dignity, and independence. Are we allowing citizens with disabilities to participate? Are we allowing them to have their dignity as citizens? And are we allowing them to be independent by providing all the necessary things that we need to prioritize, that we need to provide and ensure their total inclusion? So for me, Nigeria is still making a gradual progress.
Meanwhile, key stakeholders are of the view that in unionism, persons with disability also have a major role to play in the actualization of the cause.
People with disabilities think politics is a game where they can just sit at home and position will be given to them. You will need to come out, show yourself that you are capable, show yourself that what people with ability can do, you too can do the same. Politics is a game for whoever comes out. But what we seems to be seeing at the moment is that people with disabilities think some percentages should be reserved for them. It does not work like that.
With a clear vision and objective, the disability affairs, they have a board, and if they come together to work as a team, I think rule of law, which is the supremacy of the state, they can have a way of coming together and iron out their differences and then forge ahead for development.
While maintaining the view of sustaining democratic rule, all and the sundry are required to contribute their quota for the development of the nation. Concerned groups and non-governmental organizations such as Able God Women Development Forum are on the quest to recognize self-identified women in the 23 local government areas of Kaduna State with the aim of empowering them. This gesture, according to them, is aimed at cushioning the current economic hardship faced in the nation.
And considering the situation in our country now, the economic situation biting everyone in the society now. So, and especially when you see the grassroots women, some have, 6 children, some have 10, some can hardly even afford 1 square meal, not to talk of, before you can afford 2, 3 square meals. But now you hardly can afford even one. You see the children scattered everywhere because the woman has nothing. And maybe even the father of the house, the daddy of the house, maybe has been laid off from work, nothing to do, and so it becomes very difficult.
The situation that we're into now, there's nothing that is too little or too much. Depend on how one will use it. For this thing that they have done to us, I really appreciate them, and I appreciate God for using them. I'm going to start something with it, and something that will help me a long way.
It will really go a long way in my life because it will help me to take care of my family. In short, other women around me can benefit from me too.
Looking at our women at the grassroots level, people are in a hard situation, and the effort of the non-governmental organization is to empower our women to be self-reliant with the little materials we have, the little grains we have, that our women can be able to use it to enrich themselves with a little farming, despite the hard situation, despite the how expensive the fertilizer and the other things we have now, despite the insecurity. But the little thing they have at their reach, they can be able to use it to enrich themselves.
Well, I have requested women to leverage on each other's strength to be able to sustain their businesses, especially in the face of the economy today. One hand may not be able to do what they can do to sustain their business, but if they leverage on each other's strengths and bring themselves together to cooperate, they will be able to do greater things without much difficulty. Government should please take a quick look at our situation and do whatever they can do. But most importantly, as individuals, let us begin to look at things that we can do to improve, positive things that we can do to improve our own earnings.
For equity and a better life for all Nigerian women, the call is for all corporate bodies and individuals to support the quest for make life easy for all. And now on food sustainability. In his quest to fight hunger in Taraba State, the state's governor Abu Kefas inaugurated Taraba State Agricultural and Food Sustainability Committee. The committee, which has the chief of Muri as the chairman, was inaugurated at the office of the First Lady of the state in Jalingo. The report.
Governor Bukefas in his remarks stated that the need for the constitution of the committee became imperative to underscore the necessity of food security and sustainability in the state. He said it is time for the people of the state to come together, irrespective of tribe, religion, and party affiliations, to curb food insecurity in the state. The governor urged members of the committee to employ sustainability strategies to ensure that no citizen goes to bed hungry.
I want to say that this committee holds great importance as we strive to determine ways and means to boost food production and secure the future for our beloved state. Therefore, it is crucial for us to harness the potential of our natural resources effectively and embark on sustainable agricultural practice that will ensure a continuous and abundant food supply. The Taraba State Agricultural and Food Sustainability Committee will serve as a beacon of hope, a guiding light in our effort to address the challenges head on, as I said.
In his remarks, the chairman of the committee, Chief of Muri Abbas Njidda Tafida, thanked the governor for the trust bestowed on them. The first-class chief said they are going to collect data and analyze so as to come up with short, medium, and long-term plans for a sustainable food security.
On behalf of all the members of the committee, I assure you that we shall carry out this responsibility with the highest mental capability necessary. We shall collect data, analyze, and come up with both short-term, medium-term, and long-term solutions. The consent of the other members and based on the wisdom I know God has granted me, I've already amended your committee. It is now going to be Taraba State Agriculture and Food Sustainability Committee and building the future of Taraba on the basis of agriculture.
He promised on behalf of the committee to deliberately make Taraba State an enviable state in terms of agriculture and food security. Linda Guana, VOA TV News, Jalingo.
The Bauchi State Commissioner of Education, Dr. Jamila Dahiru, has expressed optimism about the commitment of the state government to ensuring sustainability of any projected geared towards ensuring effective teaching and learning, which says can go a long way to improve the education sector of the state. The commissioner made the remarks while handing over Government Day Technical College, Technical and Vocational Education Training Center in Bauchi Metropolis, which was renovated by the African Development Bank, to the school management. Our Bauchi State correspondent, Al Hassan, completes the story.
Education, almost all the class entrance offices, toilets have ramps. You can see the environment, including even sporting facilities.
This project, which is being funded by Africa Development Bank, needs to be adequately taken care of. Hence, the State Commissioner of Education reaffirmed readiness of the state government to ensure sustainability.
Project, of course, you can see the facilities. We have the teachers on ground. The whole ministry is here for the handing over. It shows that we are very ready to see to the management of the school. We will have meetings with the school management. From the directorate inside the Ministry of Education is a whole lot of activities going on to improve technical education, science education. That this very directorate, the directors are here with us, deputy directors are here with us, and with the new quality assurance tools and departments being refurbished, we are sure that there is going to be proper management of these facilities, and that will sort the sustainability of the project, inshallah.
She, however, expressed gratitude to the Bauchi State Governor Bala Muhammad for providing a conducive atmosphere for the improvement of education in the state. Awal Hassan, VOA TV News, Bauchi.
And that's all on News Plus. Many thanks for watching. I am Faith Pius. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.